I'm Paul. I'm Devin. Together, we're Dads and Dice, two dads who like to play some games in our free time.
That's right, and today we are playing the asymmetrical game Maul Peak by Pencil First Games. This is the sequel to Skull Hollow, which for Paul and I was a game we absolutely fell in love with years ago, and so excited that a sequel came out that really just gives us more of that same game.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get it set up. We'll see y'all there.
Okay, we have everything set up for Maul Peak here. This is a pretty awesome looking game once you get everything set up here, right? You have this massive Guardian board here. You have that massive Guardian meeple token there. All of these cool little Grizzard tokens here. Just really, really a cool table presence with this game for sure. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of kind of really how it works is very simple. I'll touch base on my actions and then Paul can touch on his, but really we'll have a hand size of, or I'll have a hand size of 4 cards. I think actually we both do. You also have 4 cards, and I'll have 3 actions I can do. And the cards will basically dictate what actions I can actually do. It'll either be a card that has only one action, and that's what it is, which in this case is maneuver. And everything is based on the orientation of the board. So in this case, if I was here, well, really I could only move here. But if I'm here, I can go any of those 4 directions there. Or if it's got 2 spaces, then I get to choose to either do the top or the bottom. So when it comes to what the actions are, there's the maneuvering, and then there is summoning. And so to summon, I can pay the rage cost of any of these Grizzards here. So I only start with a Druid here, but if I paid 4 rage, and I have a starting of 2, so if I paid 4 rage, I could then get this out, and I essentially deploy it in any of the camp spaces, which is any of these green colored spaces here. So that's how that works. That is actually a free action that does not cost me any one of my 3 actions. I can leap. So if I ever have one of my Grizzards that are on the same ground space as the Guardian, I get to then leap onto him. And there's kind of 2 paths up the Guardian going to different spaces. And really, ultimately, my goal of the game is going to be try to take and completely damage the Guardian. So I'm going to leap onto it. If I were on this Quake space, it has just 1 health, right? Whack has 2, and so on there. But so leaping allows you to go from the ground space to here. When you leap, you can also then climb. I could spend a rage to then do essentially a second leap, and you can only do that once per leap that you do. And then the other things you can do with leap is leaping can just keep on following the track around. Or from any location on the Guardian, you can use a leap to come back down to the ground space there. Melee is how I will be doing the damage to the various parts of the Guardian. So you deal 1 damage to the actual location that you are on the Guardian. And so we just put a little damage like that. We may actually, use the red ones for the...
I think that's a good idea.
Guardian, and then the blue ones for my Grizzards, because I think that will ultimately just make it easier to see.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea
for the video. So then I have magic. Magic is I think it's 3 different ones that have a magic ability. I'll really touch base on those when I use it, but if I use a card for the magic, I will get to do the special ability of those. And then the last thing is to gain rage. So I have various ones that just straight up give me rage cubes. The rage cubes, they sit in this pool for me to spin this turn, and if I don't, they just come up here and I bank them. And I can bank any amount of them. And that's it. That is as simple as it is for my play.
Yeah, and then, so I'm playing Saboso, and one really cool thing about this game, it's asymmetric, so there's all different types of Guardians. This is actually the easiest one to play, and they all have different kind of win conditions. The first win condition is obviously just eliminate all of the hero units that are in play. So if Devin has 3 of them out here. If I eliminate those 3, they're gone, even if he hasn't summoned the other ones. And then the other way for Saboso to win is to actually get these hero units into the cell. Get 4 of them in there. If they're in the cell, that would win me the game. So some of my moves here, I can do Quake, which is just dealing 1 wound to a hero unit in the ground space, or 1 wound to all frozen heroes. So if Devin was here in my ground space, I could Quake. He would get 1 damage. Going back to frozen heroes, if I do my Frost ability, that adds 1 of these Frost tokens, 1 of these Shiver tokens, onto a surrounding space. And basically it just makes them frozen. They can't do anything for their turns. And then at the end during the cleanup phase, I'll remove a Shiver token, and then he'll be able to do his actions again. I can trap, which is moving a frozen hero into the cell. So if one of these is frozen, I can move it into the cell. And then once it goes into the cell, that player is actually going to be eliminated. That hero unit will be eliminated, and then that goes towards both of my win conditions. I can whack if Devin is ever here on my Guardian, and let's say that he's there, he's climbing up there, I can whack, and basically that shakes him off, and it would put it in one of these surrounding ground spaces. So something like that. If there's another hero there, the other hero would suffer a wound. And then I can always mend. So once Devin is doing damage to me here, I could play a mend, and it's basically just healing 1 of those. If any of these are ever completely knocked out, so let's say Devin does 3 damage to Quake, I will no longer be able to use that ability. Same with all the other ones. The only other big difference between Devin and I, on my cards, if I have the 2 abilities, I can actually use both abilities. I could use 1, but I still have the same 1 ability cards and the movements, all that kind of stuff. At most, I can hold 1 token on here. It's called something different. Yours is Rage, mine is Power Cubes. So I can have 1 Power Cube here, and then if I have any excess, they have to go back into the supply, and I don't get to keep any extra ones. But yeah, that's really about it, and we're just going to fight it out and see who's going to be champions here at Maul Peak.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what Guardian you're playing against. Yep. The first player is always that Guardian player, and then the Grizzard goes second. So we draw our hands.
Yep. Let me just reshuffle here. And then that is actually different than in Skulk Hollow, because in Skulk Hollow, it's the Foxen that will always go first. So,
that's right. I couldn't remember if it was all bunch of different types of critters, it's just Foxen.
It's always the Foxen that go first on that one. So this one's a little bit different. All right, so my hand limit is 4. I have 3 actions. Let's see. Frosting. Okay, I can do 3 movements. And I think that wouldn't do much for me right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slant right. It's going to move me here. And then I'm going to gain power. And then I'm going to maneuver. Do I want to maneuver? No, I'm going to do those 2 actions, and then I'm going to do my prepare action. So I'll discard 1. Sorry, these ones should be gone. Then I'll discard this one, and I'll get 2. Okay, so that's my 3 actions. Now it is on to you.
Okay, over to me. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to spend I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 rage
Mm-hmm.
to summon out the herbalist.
Okay.
And bring the herbalist there. So the herbalist is, I can spend a magic action to gain 3 rage.
Okay.
So
Nice. Working up your rage from the beginning.
And then let's move. And so let's go ahead and spend a magic to gain 3 of that rage. 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am then going to do a second magic
Mm-hmm.
to gain 3 more rage.
Nice. Stacking up that rage.
Yeah, and then last, I'm going to... I think I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to discard a card to just gain 1 more rage.
Okay.
Okay. Into my phase, I just move them to my bank here.
Yep, and I move my 1 up to my bank. And then we draw up to our hand limit.
Yeah. Back over to you.
That is it. So I am going to... I'm going to scatter. I'm going to move here. I am going to... Frost. And so I get to do it to 1 adjacent one. So yours is frozen there. Then I am going to... I'm going to trap. That's my 3 movements. Yeah, I'm going to trap this one because it's frozen. So that will go to the cell.
No, you have to be on that space, right?
Oh, it does. I do have to. So I will do... Let's see. I moved. I frosted. I will spend my power. I'll move onto that space. And then I will trap.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's the first one?
That is the first one. All right.
Okay. On to me. Let's...
And so your herbalist now would be eliminated.
Yeah, that goes there. All right.
Go ahead and do my end of phase cleanup.
So I'm going to spend 4. To get out the assassin here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to spend... I'm going to spend the maneuver to move the assassin here.
Okay.
And then I'll spend a leap to leap on. And let's leap on to... Let's leap on to here, onto the Quake. And when, after taking the leap action, this hero may take a free melee. So I'm going to melee the Quake spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to do a second, not that one, a second leap.
Okay.
Here. I will do a melee there. And then I think I'm going to summon maybe I'll wait on the summoning. Yeah, I won't summon. We'll just we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay. And then I just draw up.
Okay. I am going to... I'm going to whack. So this one will come off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put it there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to get 1 damage to your druid.
Okay.
And then I am going to frost. And I will frost here. Now it says one hero. It says frost a hero unit, so that's just one of them.
I should have this guy.
So you have, let's see, you have the assassin and then the druid. I'm gonna frost the assassin.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 2 moves. And then I'm going to slant left. Or do I want to? And I'm just going to do those 2 actions. That's all I'm going to do. I'll stay there. So these will go away. Okay?
Okay.
And then I'm drawing back up onto you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's use a cube.
Okay.
To defrost here.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. And then I'm going to slant right.
Okay.
Here. I'm going to leap. And I'm going to pay 1 on the leap to climb.
Yep.
And so I will have the free melee.
Yep.
To hit here. And then I think I'm just going to gain rage.
Okay.
And gain 2 rage. Yeah, we'll do that. And I will draw up.
All right. So I'm going to mend. I'll mend that whack.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to... whack. Yeah, so then it will whack and it will fall here. And I get to will damage the assassin. Oh, I'm sorry, the druid. Okay. I believe that's how it is. If there is at least one other hero, deal 1 wound to a hero. Oh yeah, we'll do the assassin for sure. Okay. Should have done that the first time. That's okay. And then I'm going to do that. That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's my turn. Back to you.
Back to me. Okay, well. So I'm going to spend a rage to get this sage. I'll put the sage there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a rage to use the snow hare ability and draw 2 cards.
I was debating killing the snow hare on this last one.
2. Okay. I guess I'm going to scatter and bring that assassin back here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to leap. Well, I got a couple options with my leap now. Let's do that same thing again.
Okay.
I'm going to spin the rage to climb. Yeah. Spin the rage to climb here and then hit the whack again. And then let's gain 3 rage.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my turn, so just put it straight in the bank there. And draw there.
Alright, I am going to slant left. Going to flank right. And then I'm going to quake. And quaking lets me add 1 damage to somebody in my space. I will get to your druid.
Okay.
Now, I wonder, is your snow hare one that has to be eliminated as well?
Yes,
Okay.
It is included in
Okay.
needing to be eliminated.
All right, so that is my 3 movements. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, on to you.
Okay. Well, let's kind of change what I'm going to do
This
here.
one should be out too.
Oh, yeah. You don't really need...
Yeah.
You can put that to your side. Definitely changed what I was thinking here. And let's leap.
Okay.
I don't really know. Do I snow hare or the druid? Guess it doesn't matter too much. Let's do the snow hare, I think.
Okay.
I'll send him here. No, you know what? Let's do the druid. Take that back. We'll send him here. And then I'm going to do a double melee.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll take out that quake. Crippling the knees.
There you go.
Take out the quake. And then let's gain 2 rage. There. And that's it. That's my 3, so we'll push that into there and draw.
All right. I am going to mend. So I'm going to mend my whack.
Okay.
And I'm going to be whacking the assassin to the sages, and then I'm going to wound the assassin.
Okay.
And so that will eliminate him.
Yep.
Okay.
I think he did what I needed.
Yeah, he did some work there. And then I am going to gain a power. And then I will... Who is on my space? I have the snow hare there. You can move there. Move there. I'm just going to stay there. Yeah, I'm doing those 2.
That should be dead.
So this moves up. And then I draw 2.
Where did I put my green dead guy? Oh, the green dead guy's in your cell. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. So, I think my turn is going to be nice and simple. I am going to leap here. And then I'm just going to melee twice there. And do that. And that. And then let's spend 3 or 5. We'll just spend 5 to get out the mage here. And yeah, that's my 3.
Okay, that kind of puts a hamper on things for me. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare. So I'm going to discard 1 to get 2.
Grizzards are swarming.
They are. They sure are. I need 1 extra action is my issue.
You have your
I know.
ability here.
Oh, I need 1 extra action.
1 more beyond that.
1 more extra action.
It's probably why Saboso can only hold 1 ability cube.
Yes. Okay. I am going to... What am I doing here? Yeah, I need 1 more action. Okay. I'm going to use this to mend my trap.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... So then I will gain ground.
Okay.
Which is going to let me go there. You know what? I don't want to mend that trapped one.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I do. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to... Frost. I'm going to frost this one. I don't want you getting your blast.
No, I don't think... I think you
Oh,
wanted to stay there if you wanted to frost.
Okay, hold on. You're absolutely right. So I wanted to stay there. This is where I needed the extra action. I wanted to move there and then trap. So I frosted it, this one. And then I'm going to frost this one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over to me. And while I have now a very simple turn, you've left it very simple for me. So I'm just going to leap the hare. And I'll leap again. And then I'll melee.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
These come off, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not in a good place right now. So I'm going to discard 1 to get 2. I'm going to play mend and gain a power. So I'm going to mend whack.
Okay.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to double melee. And I'm going to do the 1 with each. So 1 on the trap.
Yep.
And 1 on the whack. I'm then going to gain 2 rage. And then I will just magic and use the mage to do 1 here.
Okay. So I'm going to use this to mend my trap. I'm going to gain ground. I'm going to go here. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to frost first. So I'll frost this one. And then I will gain ground, move here, trap that one.
Okay.
Okay. So that one is eliminated. Your mage is gone.
Oh,
all right.
Supposed to draw.
And that was mine.
Okay. Well, let's start it off because I don't have the hand that I want. By using the Winter Hares Imbue to draw 2 cards. 2. Let's leap.
Mm-hmm.
With the you know what, before I leap, I'm actually going to melee here. Get that trap there.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's leap here. And then let's just gain 2 more rage.
Okay. I don't have cards that I need. Which is really unfortunate. So I'm gonna discard 1. I'll get 2. I'm preparing here. Still don't need what I need. I'm gonna discard another 1. Get 2 more. And then I'm going to mend. And I'm going to mend this one here. Okay.
Okay. So I feel you on the cards I don't need.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off drawing 2 cards here.
So is that 2 rage?
Yeah, so this is
and
what's
it's
costing
1
it
less.
to be 1 less. Yeah.
Your sage.
Okay. Well, I got a double melee, and in a spot I might as well use that. So let's get back on that whack. I'm so tired of hitting this whack
that one.
spot. And then 1 there. And then I'm going to do imbue again.
Mm-hmm.
And to draw 2 more. Oh, and I think that might be it. I got 2 melee. I can use them to finish it off there. It's kind of what I was hoping for.
Nice.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it. That was Maul Peak. You got overwhelmed by the Grizzards.
Yeah, they once they got rid of that whack, that was kind of the end of it. That was pretty good.
You had to keep mending the whack to get them off, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was a good one. That was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoy just the asymmetric feeling of it. It plays so different that it's just fun. It's a fun little game.
It's like we fell in love with Skull Hollow back, God,
2019.
Was it 2019?
No. Yeah.
That's when we went to BGG, and it was a game we stumbled across. Honestly, neither of us really knew much about it. We checked it out from the library.
So it was a 2-player game.
Rulebook is like this rulebook, right? It's just very simple. I mean, really, like
couple pages
of setup, page, explaining your the actual guardian, or they weren't called guardians in that game, but they were monsters or whatever they were. And it was really neat. We really enjoyed it, and so we talked about it for a couple of years after we played at BGG, and eventually you bought it.
Yeah, I ended up getting it. Yep,
because we talked about it, and we played that ever since. And so this they did.
It's the same. It's more of the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's really it. It's more of the same. I'm excited to try the mode where you can
intertwine both of them.
Both games
you can
together.
Do a 2v2. You can do 3-player games.
Yeah, but I really do like this. I like I really like the Guardians. I like their different abilities. Right, this game comes with 4 different Guardians, and every single one feels differently when you play it.
But the good thing about it is them being asymmetric, it doesn't matter. If you know how to play one, you will know how to play the other ones. Like, they're not different enough to where it's game-changing, or, I'm sorry, gameplay changing, but it's different enough to have a different feel of how the game should be played.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what's really cool.
They have different goals. Like, they usually have a slight tweak. They almost all have some sort of ability to remove the Grizzards or the Fox in the other one, right? They have something like that. But then their other ones are something slightly different, hitting directly your zone, or maybe hitting the zones around it. Sometimes being able to grab or whatever, completely throw. They all have all kinds of different little things, and that's just really cool.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's
more of the same, and that's what I really like about it. It's not hard to get to the table. It's not hard to set up, but it feels like a deep game. Like, it feels like you're actually having to think and react to what your opponent's doing. And I hit you here with the sell very early on.
Yeah, you did. You selled first turn. Second. You're after my first turn. You selled,
and I knew I did not want the mage out for very long.
Yeah,
because that one is that one's a beast to deal with. But yeah, I mean, I think it's very well balanced. Like, there does come a point to where at the beginning, the Guardian feels like they've got way more power. The heroes have to overcome a lot more. But there comes a point where it's like, all right, somebody's slowly building up. Like, you can see the end coming. And once you were getting that whack repeatedly, it was just like, man, I'm just putting it off, right? I was just making the game prolong a little bit. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. I really like it.
Yeah, so as always, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. All those things help us. They really help our channel grow. And we'll see you on the next one. Go. Oh, wait. Go.
Don't go.